Hail them.
Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
Captain, we're being hailed.
They're hailing us, sir.
On screen.
Hello and welcome to another Hailing Frequencies Open podcast with our Halloween special 2025 edition. I don't know how many of these we've done actually, but enough that I made that intro back in 2020 before we added the Lower Decks Captain Freeman section into it. Yeah, happy October. Today we are going to be talking about some Halloween costumes, and I can't do that alone. So let's introduce. He was late tonight because of some bad lettuce. Rumor is it's Damian.
You know, this is I'll say Santa sits on a throne of lies. This is not true. No, because my better half sat in here when she appeared and said that I was going to be a long time because I was on the toilet, when in fact I was. No, you know what it was? Is that I had it. He's like, you can't go on camera with that nose hair. Go in and trim it. So that's what I did. I cleaned up my nose hairs.
There you go. You know, we don't release the HD version of the video. No one would have seen that nose hair.
No, I'm fairly certain nobody could see a nose hair on this. Yeah. But he made me self-conscious, and I don't want to start being self-conscious.
All right.
She's dying to talk. She's dying to talk. She's
dying to
gonna
talk.
fall apart. Her face. I love it. And the funny thing is that the camera can't pick it up because she's not talking.
I'm curious about the story behind this intro that Damian has written. We know she's a production aficionado, a Trekkie, a podcaster, a mom. We've known all this before, but this week we found out that she's also the mayor of the doctor's office. This is what I wrote. Was it
the eye doctor's office?
The eye doctor's office. That's very specific.
Right. And it is, because I am. That's right. Don't be jealous that everybody's like, hey, so glad you're here. Long time no see. How's your mom? How's the fam? Jealous. Yeah, they love me. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, we're all of a certain age, and looking back at Halloween when we were children, nostalgically, at least, you know, I was just watching a YouTube compilation of Halloween commercials from the 80s and 90s. There's so many of these on YouTube, and it is pure nostalgia. It is it's like McDonald's with the little chicken nuggets, and they're like dressed as like Frankenstein and Bride Frankenstein.
Yes.
It's like all those commercials that you remember. Yeah, it's pure like the world is falling apart. I'm going to go home and watch commercials from the 90s.
I love that. No, I was somehow, I don't know why I was on Marketplace on the Facebook of it all. And I was like, oh, let me just do a little, like I just started scrolling for no good goddamn reason. And this person had, set of 8 original Burger King Disney tumblers, where it's like Snow White, and I was like, $80, you know, it's like $10 a tumbler. I mean, I could justify, they're still in their boxes, they still look new. I don't need them. They probably have asbestos, but it's sort of like, I remember like when you would go to these fast food places and there would be collections.
Yeah.
And for Halloween, you'd get the bucket that was shaped like a pumpkin, and that's what you would trick or treat with. Oh my God. So
we were living like kings and didn't know it.
We were, when I could dig through my car for change to actually pay for my meal. Now,
yeah. Well, that's the other thing. These commercials, it's like, oh yeah, when Happy Meals were $1.99.
$1.90. I could find $2 under my floor mats.
Right.
Like I'm good with that. Oh my God. Now $1,700 later, but Halloween. But they don't do anything. They still kind of do that. They do like the blueberry shakes and the.
Yeah, they did the buckets. They brought the buckets back a couple years ago. I don't know if they're doing it again, but they're not as good as the old ones. But
they're not sturdy.
Yeah, and they don't have lids. Like
correct, those suckers were full on like lanterns.
Yeah. The lids with the cookie cutter in the top. Like,
oh my God,
come on,
bring that back. These children don't know. These children have no
People
idea
don't know.
What they're missing.
Okay, so. I've done a little bit of research on Star Trek and Halloween costumes. In the 70s, a company called Ben Cooper released these. Do you remember? They were popular through the 80s too, by different companies, but it was basically like a plastic smock with like a
Oh yeah.
plastic mask with a rubber,
Oh, yeah.
So like the thing is, it could be a Batman mask, but the smock wouldn't look like his costume. It would like say Batman and have like, you know what I mean? Like whatever.
Oh
So
no. When did that was the
so
start of that? Ooh.
it's yeah, it's not pretty.
But it was like the
So
whole thing would come in a box, and it was like a set that you would
yes,
buy in a box. Yes.
right, a set you buy in a box. I have a Lion-O costume from Thundercats, and when I was 5, from that.
And if I remember those masks, like if you'd get like a little tear in the edges
Oh
of it, that would cut your face.
yes, they were dangerous
Yes.
like that. Um, so back in the 70s, like 73, they were making Kirk, Spock,
This is
and
before any of us were
Klingon.
born, to be
This is
clear.
before any of us were born.
That
But
is
I have found
correct.
pictures of them. We'll post them. We'll post a link in the show notes. I'll do a blog post. Um, and I'm actually looking at the Star Trek Volcanology blog right now. I think I sent that link to you guys in the
You sure did.
chat so you can see what I'm talking about. Um, so we were enough in the zeitgeist to have this kind of Halloween costume on your drugstore shelves um, at the time, and the likeness isn't terrible. It's kind of
See how your voice went up?
yeah,
Terrible.
Well,
That's
it's
a
like the
lie.
eyebrows are a weird, like curvy shape too. They're not like
yeah,
really Nimoy like, you know?
No, they tried.
no,
Well, the left one is. The right one is as if he is questioning something, but even when he questioned something, they never curved. They always just got
right.
straighter.
Well, and they redid the mask over time. So if you scroll down, there's a version from the motion picture where they made him look a little older. Um, there's also they released an Ilea costume from the same collection when that movie came out. And I wonder, back then a lot of moms were making costumes. I wonder how many moms were making cute little Star Trek costumes for their kids,
A lot of them and way better than these because these are rough.
Wait, yeah,
but
they're like dollar store specials.
they're it's like kind of the stuff nightmares are made of. Like when you think it all has to start somewhere. But my
The
word,
the Ilea mask is like a creepy baby doll mask.
It sure is. But also it's like the smock that goes with it is like a picture of Ilea. It's not even like
That's what I'm saying. That's how these things were. Like, there's a picture of Spock on the Spock one too. Um,
right. It's not even like which also by the way, the Ilea costume when she's like the Ilea probe is not really appropriate for a kid to be wearing anyway. But
that's true. Yeah, that's what she's wearing in the picture. Yeah, it's very high. So that was the early 70s. Moving on. So that company was bought by Rubies, and you'll hear their name again soon.
so did you say
Um,
boobies?
Rubies,
Okay.
like
boobies.
like ruby slippers. Um, then later in the 70s, there was a company that made these rubber masks that go over your whole head.
Oh yeah.
Um,
No, thank you.
the right. So those I'm sure had a weird smell inside. Um,
Smell
they were made
claustrophobia.
by Don Post Studios. And most famously, the Captain Kirk one, and I think we've said this before on the pod, the Captain Kirk one, they when they were making the film Halloween, they bought one of those, cut the eye holes out bigger, and painted it white and teased the hair out, and that's Mike Myers. So Mike Myers
Terrifying.
is Captain Kirk,
Tear.
which is
That's
hilarious.
amazing.
It kind of is.
But really, they should have done the Spock one because the Spock mask, I guess it would have looked like Spock still, even painted white. But I'm gonna drop a picture of it in the thing. It is horrifying.
That is well, and I love that they have his eyeshadow on so weird.
Yes, it's like a bruise.
I would be terrified if I saw that coming at me. And is it I guess it's not real. It's like rubber hair.
No, that's like wig
No,
hair. It's
no.
like fishing line
Yeah,
hair.
it's horrible.
Oh,
Uh,
Yeah. It's
So they
horrifying.
also made a salt vampire, a Mugatu, and a Gorn
I mean, a
rubber
Gorn.
heads.
I would wear a Gorn mask today.
Right. I tried to find good pictures of these and couldn't, and then ended up resorting to because I was trying to make a background for this video, and I ended up having AI make something.
I mean, that is awesome. The chat GPT of it all is super cute.
Right. Yeah. ChatGPT made this background.
You want to know, you know what's hilarious though is that the fact that they did use the Kirk mask as Michael Myers is sort of like it's the mirror Kirk. Like that's who Kirk is in the mirror universe.
So fast forwarding a little bit in the 90s, once the next generation came around, Rubies also released like next generation like tunics without masks or anything. And Simplicity, the costuming or the clothing pattern company, came out with patterns so you could make, a costume, a next generation costume. And all of those are out of print now. So those patterns are, I mean, they're probably not really worth anything, but they're hard to find. Like a vintage, like you know,
They're
TNG
probably
season
on
one
Etsy.
jumpsuit
It's gonna be
or
one
something
somebody on
like that.
Etsy has got the
Right.
lion's share of them.
I
Those
tell you,
season.
patterns are a whole world because I happen to know this because my husband deals with them, especially since Joann's went out of business.
That was a travesty in my world, and I'm not even
Yeah.
like Joann's gave the amount of trim. I would buy a plain, sorry, I'd buy a plain ass dress for a cotillion, a dance, and then we would go to Joann's and get the trimming. And my
A
mother went,
cotillion?
Yes.
"That's what they had in private schools. It's just fucking dance, but they called them
It's just a
cotillions.
dance.
I don't fucking know why. They're fucking fancy. I don't know. I went to school with rich people. I was not one of them. I was just there on a wing and a prayer. And
Okay.
like they're wearing their goddamn Chanel and Dolce and Gabbana. I'm like, hello, Macy's, plain velvet purple dress. Mother takes some trim, makes it super funky and fancy. But Joanne, oh, that was a store. There's nowhere to go now
Yeah.
except Michael's, and they don't have.
Right. They're
It's
trying
not the
to,
same.
I mean, they bought the name. So they're trying to have like a Joanne at Michael's thing in some of the stores, but like
Hmm.
they're not there yet.
No, because there was no way. There's no way to do
Yeah.
it when you are one thing and then you're trying to mush that was something completely on its own. Anything you needed, you could find.
Yeah.
Whatever knick-knack, rick-rack,
Right. Notions, the notions
notions.
section. Um, yeah, so these patterns, like people are buying them in like packs and then selling them on eBay and stuff. Like there's a whole like market for patterns. Which yeah, so if you find these simplicity patterns, send them to me.
Exactly. I feel like there's got to be like, aren't there scant ones and how
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and you
Um,
know what? It's funny because those like TNG season one jumpers, you can't
mhm,
buy anymore,
right.
right? And if you can't find the pattern, like how
Yeah,
it's a
you have
lost
to
era of cosplay.
right. You have to buy
You
it
have
used, or there are a couple companies. Speaking of cosplay, there's a couple web. I don't know companies is the right way, but artists who have reverse engineered some of the patterns and
That's what I
sell
was
them.
thinking.
Yeah,
Like someone
Yeah.
who like looks at it on screen and then like sketches it or whatnot and then goes, "Oh,
yeah,
this is the way that."
right.
That's a whole nother
Or
artistry
they
in
got a
itself.
hold of one from the Christie's auction or something, and like used it to create a pattern.
Yeah.
How much a
My friend
Christie's
Derek, who
auction?
has the Instagram Make It SEW.
Yeah,
Huh.
Yeah, he does he has the patterns for the TNG jumpsuits and like sources all the fabrics and like somehow is an amazing tailor and does these like TNG like one piece jumpsuits that like fit him perfectly. I'm like, dude, when you're making me one,
Yeah.
right.
I've not been able to score that yet. Derek, if you're listening, thanks for nothing. I don't think he's listening.
Derek, I'm not saying that. I would love something that is tailored to my body. So if you would like to, have a chat, I'm available.
There's the obsessive costuming dude on YouTube that's doing some amazing stuff. So yeah, there are definitely the cosplayers are out there. Um, and they've taken what existed and gone, leaps and bounds beyond it and made everything really screen accurate. But back in like the 90s and early 2000s, you could go into a Halloween store, a Spirit Halloween, when those were a thing.
No,
Or
they're
they
still a
they still
thing.
are a thing, but when those became a thing, or just like
Is that
your
Halloween Adventure or is that the same? Is that different?
that's a
That's
different
different.
company.
Halloween,
Um,
Spirit Halloween. Uh, it would pop up like you'd go by a empty storefront one
right.
day, a single. You'd be like, "Oh, this has been abandoned," and then the next day you drive by it, it's a
Yeah.
full-fledged costume. You're like, "When did that get there?"
Oh yeah, yeah. No, like Mike and I. Well, you know this. I'm telling you, like you don't know, Lanita. Used to rehearse a certain touring production at an abandoned outlet mall in a
Yes.
certain coastal
A
resort
coastal,
town in South
yeah.
Carolina.
hmm
And it was a full-on abandoned mall complex that we turned into a rehearsal studio and drive around the back of it. All of a sudden,
Yep.
one day, it happened every year. Just all of a sudden, there was a Halloween adventure or Spirit, whatever it was. Was it Spirit Halloween?
I think it was a Spirit. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Um,
hilarious. And
yeah.
you're like, huh?
Just set up shop. Like I'm talking like abandoned for a decade. I'm not talking like just moved out of town. Like this is like rats crawling
Correct.
kind of abandoned. Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out where that stuff is for the rest of the year. Like they don't sell it all by Halloween.
No.
Like
There's a
where
Spirit.
does it
There's
go?
one year-round one at least that's like its headquarters. So maybe they have
S-
storage there that they just like store everything.
And then they distribute it like sending out little tentacles to all the different places.
Right. Little trucks.
And then it sucks it all back in at the end. Whatever you don't sell, bring on back to the mothership.
They're also opening Christmas stores, the Spirit Halloween Company.
Wild.
Like,
There's already
like,
the Christmas shoppy.
yeah, I
Well, and
know.
there's a year-round one downtown in Manhattan, a little known Fourth Avenue, that has been there since I think at
Yeah,
least the 90s.
but that's a real Halloween shop. That one
Oh,
that's like
oh,
the
yeah.
one that's like the huge props. You could go buy like a 50-foot Grim Reaper that actually has a scythe that possibly moves and could decapitate you. That's a whole different store.
What would you do with that in Manhattan? Like,
I know this is when I'm
On
south of
the
an
hello,
apartment.
the Upper West Side. Are you kidding me? Like
yeah,
when all those brownstones and they're decorating and they've got like the skeleton climbing. Please, these people have more money than they know what to do with. They said $4,000 skeleton, give it to me. Delivery extra three. Wrap it up, Johnny. I don't know. Go ahead, Mike Jones. I'm
oh
sorry.
my God,
Told you punchy today.
that's fine. Um, so did you guys ever what were your Halloween costumes like when you were a kid?
I feel like y'all had like really good ones. Not, I think after my mother stopped making them, I don't know. I was a witch at one point. She had me lay down. She said she had me lay down on black fabric. She cut around me because she can sew things and then made me a little witch in a hat. And like I have a picture of myself in that
Oh,
somewhere. But like I don't know. I don't really think I'd like dressed up like I went to school like if we had a costume, but I was like, I'll be a tennis player because I am a tennis player. I have the fucking clothing in my house. Like,
sure.
I don't know.
I
And then
went as a tennis player once as an adult with my still partner, and except that we were like we went as like porn stash
I was
tennis
gonna
players, which
say
was before I had like an actual mustache on my face. And I got like an Andre Agassi wig, and I got these sort of like aviator sunglasses and like a
and
fake blonde mustache.
and did you have the headband
I
on? Have I seen a picture of this?
Yes,
I
yes,
was
yes.
like,
now I
Because with a
seem
wig,
to
a headband just makes it look a little bit more like
yeah.
my actual hair.
I seem to remember that same costume, only you had the mustache, but you also had like scrubs and blood because you were a surgeon.
Yeah, no, it's like a lot of them were sort of like random ideas that didn't really cohere into a concept. So I was like, I think we should go as bloody surgeons. And I was like, maybe we're blind. And maybe we're like
We're
undead
blind.
also. So we were like sort of like Borg colored gray. And I was like, but maybe we need like wigs also. And it was a big Halloween party on tour, and Colby and I went as these sort of bloody blind surgeons who are undead. And we had like the big like sunglasses, and we had walking sticks,
My
and
God.
nobody. It didn't occur to us that nobody would know who we were. And so we were taking pictures with like actual friends of ours who had no idea who we were. They just saw us and were like, "Can we take a picture?"
That's
Teresa Pellicata, if you're
hilarious.
listening, we took a picture with you and you didn't know it was us.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah, no, it was funny. And um yeah, it
I'm
was it never I never really had like a good concept. It was just like a little bit of
throw some
this
shit
and a
on
little bit of that. Yeah, but I definitely went as like a Hare Krishna when I was in third grade and nobody knew what I was.
because who would know what
That's
that is? I only
in
knew what
third
they.
grade.
Me.
I
Me.
how?
You're like me.
Yeah, I was very like, yeah, I had a Hare Krishna thing. Yeah.
How do I not know that? Because they used to walk by the St. Mark's Theater when I got my internship, and that's how I learned about them. And every day, I'd be like, I know what time it is. They're walking by singing that tune, and I would do my little dance. And then they'd go around the block and they'd come back and be like, well, they've made a lap. I was like, what is happening?
Every weird
I
kid has like a phase. I had a Hare Krishna phase. And then the next year I went as what? Jean-Luc Picard.
of
I did.
course.
And I was in fourth grade, which meant that Next Generation had been on the air for exactly 1 month.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I had a red turtleneck. I made the Delta out of cardboard and I spray painted it gold and silver.
Yes.
And I found I couldn't do just like a bald wig because I'm like, he's not bald. He has hair around the sides. Like I was like really, kind of literal about it. And so I
Hmm.
found this like clown wig that had like white, long, sort of fuzzy hair all around it. And I just folded the hair up on the underside of the bald cap.
Wow.
And it's funny
Picture
because
of
I
this
literally
exists?
so we were at a family wedding over Halloween that year, and so all the kids had to bring Halloween costumes, and I went trick or treating with my cousins. So I literally this week, because of this episode, I was texting my cousin. I was like, "Do you remember this Halloween? Do you have pictures?" And she's like, "My mom does." So Aunt Mary, I'm sorry that you couldn't find it, but she literally dug around. She found all the pictures from that, and I wasn't in any of them. But
Wow.
I had my Captain Picard costume.
They said not worth remembering. No
Yes. And my
pictures
cousin
for
Mindy,
you.
who was a bully, she's a lovely adult. Um, she was a princess with a wand, and she hit
Mm.
me with the wand all day, called me Baldy.
That's hilarious.
Hmm.
I don't know if I had any themed. Like, I'm really trying to think. Like, I, I wanted to dress up, but I just don't ever like in my head. Nothing is sticking out. Like randomly dressing up. Well, because also before you, the gays slutty, women slutty, regular people whatever. Like Halloween is like straight people's pride, as
Right.
we all say. So it's like wearing the least amount of clothing is sort of the goal. So I feel like when the plus one and I met, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Halloween parade. And I think it went with my line sister, and I was like, you can just pick me up after you're not invited, but you can pick me up afterwards. Like this is how oh yeah, it was because we just met. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the parade and I'll see you afterwards. And like I think I was like some type of like slutty angel or something.
A
Why?
slutty
Don't
angel?
I think so. I remember like maybe wings and like booty shorts and like fishnets, and that was the thing. It was wild. I
I
don't know.
definitely marched in the Halloween
For
parade a
sure.
few times with something like half naked with wings, for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is
I think
in
I walked
downtown Manhattan, Greenwich Village, the Halloween parade where you just show up and get in it.
correct. I feel like I did twice, and then once I watched it from the window of someone's apartment. Like
Hmm.
went to like a Halloween party, and they literally were on the parade route, and we were having a party and watching the parade go by.
I also went to a costume party as a erotic asphyxiation victim.
What was
Yeah.
around
Did you
your
just have a
neck?
blue face?
Yeah, so I decided that I was like a senator, right? And so I
Oh
had like a
my
gray
God.
wig, and I was always wearing fake
You
mustaches before.
loved wigs.
Oh, I
All
love
the
wigs. I love
you
man wigs though. I love
yes.
like right. So it's like all of the like gay boys get together, like let's put on wigs, and I'm like, eh,
It's true.
I'm not into that. I want a man wig.
I
I
want a
want like a
man wig.
funny man wig. But I put on like it was like I think it was they called it a newscaster wig, and it was like silver hair, and I got a matching silver mustache, and I painted my face purple, and then I tied a necktie around my neck, and that put a wire in it so it was going up.
Oh
And then
my
painted
God.
everything above the necktie purple. And then I got like a giant, like oversized dress shirt, like in like that was kind of essentially like a dress. And I had no pants, and I had like sock loafers and sock garters. And
Oh my
and
God.
and it was a party where no one else dressed up.
Ah,
Literally the worst thing.
Oh,
It was the
so you
worst. And
so
I was like, this is the best costume, and I wasted it on this
wasted on
terrible
you people.
party.
Oh, so
right.
you were Elle Woods. It's
It was
okay.
my Elwood's moment.
It was
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Yes.
Great party, Vivian. Love the
And people
snacks.
were like awkwardly standing there, like, wow, you really went for it.
Wow. And my response was like, yeah, I see you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But I feel like
Costume
nowadays
party.
though, nowadays it's actually getting dressed up. Like with the Minion, like for like
Mm.
the first couple years, like we're doing family costumes. And I did, okay, delving into the other side, Star Wars, but I did Lando Calrissian, but I did the Billy, the Billy D. Williams version for the plus one, and then the newer version for the dictator.
The Donald
And
Glover.
Fine.
yep, and then the old lady was not Layla,
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia, and I was just a Jedi. Hilarious. And then the dogs were an Ewok and a stormtrooper, and I got full on costumes. They hated me. It
Oh
was
my
great.
God.
It was great. And then the next year, he said he wanted to be a ninja, and I had to be a lion, and I bought a full fucking lion onesie, hood, the whole 9 yards. And that was the Halloween that it was 85 fucking degrees.
Oh,
Oh,
And
oh.
I'm trick or treating and I am sweating my proverbial balls off. But I did it because he said, "You have to be a lion. I'm gonna be a ninja." I think the plus one was a ninja too. It's like I don't get to be
what?
no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Friends,
said
if you've been wondering why Lanita calls her child the dictator, here is an
Uh,
example as to
this is an
why.
example.
I can be a ninja
He's
too.
like, and you will be a
No.
lion.
And you will be a lion. Yeah. Past couple years it's been being a cat with a big tail. So I've had to buy separate tails because none of the costumes have good enough tails.
Mm.
It's wild. We'll see what this year brings. Maybe I can convince a Star Wars situation. Be like, hey, Bug, don't you want to, I don't know, be an Andorian? He'll be like, no. I love Andorians. They're so fun.
Maybe you can be a Salat.
Yeah, a lot that ate my tail.
You should be a Salat and then have just detach the tail and then
I
keep
just-
it in your
And
mouth.
just like,
Nom, 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 nom.
Real deep cut Trekkies will get it.
yeah.
Yes, it is true.
Um, yeah, I
Nick
did. I
Jones.
was a vampire most years. Not most years, but I know I was definitely like a Dracula vampire multiple years. Mainly because I really liked the cape, and like it was a way for me to like ask my mom to buy me a cape. Um, and then I was Batman a couple times, and a pirate once, and the devil once. Um,
Oh, that's
How
fun.
old were you when you were the devil?
I was
Out of the house?
12.
Excuse me?
A
Your
little
mother
too
said
old, probably.
a little too young to be the devil. Like I like
I
I'd have been
remember.
no.
I remember my grandmother. Her preacher had basically told people that like if you're gonna let your kids do Halloween, have them dress as characters from the Bible. And I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm doing that.
Done. Done.
Done.
I'm like, I'm
Were your parents like super religious where you did trunk or treat, or were you allowed to go?
no,
Neither were
no.
mine. I felt bad for those kids. I was like, you have
Yeah.
to do what? Go to a church parking lot and go to people trunk.
Mhm.
I'm going to houses. Knock,
Yeah,
knock,
yeah.
knock.
I
Who's
went to
got the
houses.
full size candy bars? Didn't eat
Mhm.
we but here's the thing. We were in the time of don't eat the fruit because there are razor blades in your apples.
Oh,
So
Right.
yeah.
anything that wasn't sealed, like that came from the store, it
Yeah.
couldn't be, oh, we made candy apples. Oh,
Oh,
here's a
those were
homemade
probably delicious too.
delicious. Here's a homemade Rice Krispie treat. Nope,
Yeah.
throw it out. I remember getting
Popcorn
and like
balls.
gone, sorting all my candy, being like, this is
Right.
all trash. This is eat now. This is eat
Yeah.
later.
I remember you could take your candy to the airport and they would X-ray it.
I do. I
Oh
never.
my
Yeah,
God.
I do remember that.
That sounds inconvenient.
It
It
is.
was There was a real scare in the 80s about razor blades. I don't know why.
Because there was one apple somewhere where some psychopath was like, I'm going to hurt this particular person this way. And then it
Right.
became a thing.
It
Just like,
exploded.
yeah, what was that thing about the, like, something in the aspirin? Like, somebody found, like, somebody had, that's why we have the tamper proof lids
Mm.
now.
Oh
They had,
yeah.
like, messed with, like, all the meds in, like, this one place. And, like, and that's how we
How
get
Klaus Van
progress.
Bulow killed his wife?
Who?
Maybe not.
What?
Never mind. All right.
Wait,
Don't
wait,
fact check me,
wait.
please.
Who killed
We're
what?
like,
I
what?
am, but who killed?
Klaus
Wait, I
Van
didn't hear what you
Bulow
said
killed
though.
his
Who?
wife.
Klaus Van Bülow?
Never
Who
mind.
is
Never mind. I
Cla-
don't actually know. I don't
Oh,
actually know. I didn't mean to bring it up.
no,
I
no, I'm
definitely got
not.
attacked on Halloween once by a group of other kids trying to steal my candy,
Oh.
Oh,
and I I got into a tug of war, and I
Uh,
decided that I was going to defend my candy instead of my face, and I kicked one of them in the gut over and over and over again, and while his friends punched me in the face several times.
oh my God.
But it was like a calculated risk. I was like, I've spent hours collecting this candy, and I
Yeah.
definitely walked away with all my candy and two black eyes.
Oh
what?
my God.
Was this
And
before the
trust me,
black
the other
belt?
kid looked
This
worse. What's that?
Was this before the black belt,
I
or
was
was this?
I was not yet a black belt at that point in my life. Correct.
this that
Maybe
was
I
the
would have
most
learned how to like save my candy and my face if I had been a black belt at that point. But no, I was a measly blue belt.
that was the most Gen
Measly.
X story I've ever heard because
Yeah.
like where were your parents? You know what I mean? But like back then they would just send us out. You
You're
Oh
right.
know?
With your
well,
friends, are you ready to go? Like,
Right.
actually, no, it was pretty bad because my parents were at home and we were actually like two doors up, and my dad like got in his truck and started like driving it at groups of kids, and it was a bad scene.
Oh,
wow,
wow.
Yeah.
that's wild. I
That
mean,
is crazy.
I enjoyed going to, like I said, I went to school with some folks who had some ducats, and they were like, "Come on over. We're gonna go go out in our neighborhood." Cool. And like these people did not. It wasn't like here's two candies. It was like full size bars. Like, I mean, just
Mm,
you had pillowcases. And I remember going back and like we all just dumped everything on the floor and separated it all out. It was like, you love the chocolate. Okay. You love the marshmallow things. I'll take those. Like, insanity. I was like, huh. And now, like, in my neighborhood, is like people like, because we're not like in apartments, we have houses, a nice little
mm.
neighborhood. Kids just see them, groups of kids. Their parents are like, they've got the good candy, and we do. I'm the house now who's like, they may not be full size, but you don't have to just pick one. It's like, baby, put your hand in. Like they're like go ahead. They're
Right.
like, ooh, one, like no, little
Grab a
hand.
handful.
And the parents are like, ugh. I'm like, no, no.
Mhm.
Everyone else is gonna give them two. In this driveway, they get to put their little hands and grab as much as it's the palm. If anything drops out, pick it up.
That's amazing. Our
Yeah.
friends make Jello shots for the adults.
Oh,
Ooh,
amazing.
It's a very popular driveway.
I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. I feel like
Um,
the parents that come around, they're like, no, no, we have to be with it because we've got all
this
our
is
kids.
Florida. Like people are trash. So
Yes.
But wait, do you guys live in places where people will come to your door trick or treating?
Yes. We sit in the
I
driveway.
we
Oh, I don't
don't,
know.
but
You
we
sit
our
in the driveway.
neighbors like one development over. Basically, we go over there and they're the people with the Jello shots. But people like they bust them into that neighborhood because it's a lot of the neighborhoods here are gated for whatever reason. It doesn't really make you safer. It's a false sense of security, but it's very
Correct.
popular and it makes the houses more expensive. So most of the neighborhoods are gated and theirs isn't. So they just bust them in. So many kids.
Yeah, no, it's kind of awesome. Yeah, we what we do because the dictator wants to go trick or treating. He doesn't really eat candy except for Onis, Lifesaver mints, red and white striped candies. Oh, and cherries, Haribo cherries and gummy bears. Those are his jam. But he doesn't like chocolate, none of that stuff. So he just wants to do it to do it. So we'll do like 10 houses. He's like, can we go home now? Sure. So we leave the old
Yes.
lady in the driveway with the candy, turn the lights on, the kids come up. And then at a certain point, when we go in the house, we keep the light on and we distribute candy out of the kitchen window door. They come up and we open the window and we stick the thing out and they grab it. We go, bye. And we tell the parents, you can have some too. They're like, oh, thank you. They take like their little pieces and go off into the unknown. It's great.
I love it.
It's great. Hopefully it'll be
One
more.
year, when I was the devil, I really
When
wanted
I
to
was the
go
devil.
to this event at the zoo called Boo at the Zoo. Um,
Yes,
and it was just a trick or treat trail
I feel like
inside the
every
zoo,
zoo has a boo at the zoo.
they
right?
do. They
Yes.
do.
And one of the candy stations was clearly someone who worked at the zoo was a Trekkie. So he was in this like Spock costume, and there was another guy dressed as a Klingon, and they had made this like little background with like Christmas lights and cardboard, kind of like the bridge. So I got my picture with them, and I remember I like went up to the guy and like was like, I love your costume, because I was like, nerdy and awkward. And I was like, will you take a picture? And he said, yeah, but I wanted the Klingon to be in it. And the Klingon was talking to other people, and I went up to him and tapped him on the shoulder, and he was like, if I was a Romulan, you wouldn't have done that.
Uh, uh,
Wow, I
I don't know.
love.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. But yeah, that's my Star Trek Halloween memory. Uh but yeah, I didn't start I've done like adult Halloween costume parties and like in like a Star Trek shirt kind of thing. But as a kid, I never really dressed up as Captain Kirk or anything. I
Well,
wanted that
it's
cape.
funny because I have these uniforms now,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
do I wear this to work?
Do you guys get to wear costumes to work?
If we wanted to, no one's
We
gonna
wanted to.
stop us. Could do it for the whole goddamn month. No one would say anything. It's
Yeah.
like,
Like, oh, that Damian's doing a thing. Okay.
oh, okay,
Okay.
exactly.
Actually, no, this is a good story. Somebody dressed up as me for actually on two different occasions, somebody dressed up as me. But one, I was like at work, and this is like, I should say, someone among the talent dressed as me.
Oh.
And I was running late to work, which is not uncommon. And I get a text from sort of another member of the talent, like, "Where are you? Are you here yet?" And I was like, I knew it in that moment that somebody had dressed as me
Yeah.
at work.
I
And
love it. I knew it in that moment.
I knew it in that moment. I was like, and I knew who it was, and I knew what was happening, and I knew that people were eager for me to arrive because everyone wanted to see me react to people dressing as me.
Did you give them the reaction they wanted, or
I
were you-
did. I was like, because like my natural reaction when someone is looking for a reaction is to not give them one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this was like, this was a someone who
Kindness.
I knew had a tradition of dressing as people from work at work. And at the time, little known fact about me, there was a stretch of several years where I could be easily found fairly naked on the internet. And
What?
yes,
You?
yes, it's true. And so she basically bought a wig and had the wig department like turn it into my style hair, which at the
Oh
time
my
was like
God.
spiky in one direction, right? And then she wore kind of like a hoodie that looked like one that I wore because I'll wear a hoodie to work a lot. And then underneath she had like a muscle suit, like full body muscle suit and a Speedo. And she literally posed. There's like a picture of me in this like green Speedo, like standing in front of like a sort of rock face waterfall kind of thing in like a certain pose. And she like stood in front of this wall that was like vaguely similar inside, like in her green Speedo in that pose. And I'm sure I
Wow.
can find the pictures if we want to include that in the show notes because it was fucking funny.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
was funny
It-
as hell. And it
Is
was
that
like,
even a question?
what's that?
Is that even a question? Do we
No, I
want
actually
the
can text her and I'm like, can you send me those pictures, please? Because
That's awesome.
it's somewhere.
That is awesome.
It's somewhere on the social media. I have to do a deep scroll for it, but it was a moment.
Nice.
My goodness. I feel like we need to like I feel like now I need to like rope the entire family into like a full-on Star Trek moment. Like
Mhm.
old lady, yes, you can be Uhura. Like I will get you the thing. Like the plus one won't be around, but like you but here's the thing is that because he works med peds, they do dress up for the pediatric portion of it. And when he was
Yeah.
doing his rotation before residency, we made him the Mad Hatter. He was like, I'm gonna be the Mad Hatter. And he was like, oh, it's boring, whatever. Of course, the old lady and I are like, no, no, you have to have potion and cake. So we took like a little cake stand that we had with these little pom poms, and I had a mini Patron bottle, like the teeny little ones. I peeled the thing off. I put some water in it with some shimmer, like glitter, and some food coloring, and made it into this little thing with little cakes. Eat me, drink me. It was so great. It was so freaking great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, so maybe I've got to figure out what he's going to be this year for the kids. Uh,
I love
like,
it.
what from Star Trek could he be? He's bald. Oh, I could. Oh, he could be Cisco. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that's what's got to happen. Cisco's got to happen. He
Yeah.
doesn't know it yet, but that's happening.
Wait, the +1 is gonna be Cisco?
I feel like it's going to have to happen because he's going to be in pediatrics and they dress up.
Yeah.
I feel like yes, and I feel like I mean, you could do a Cassidy Yates look.
I couldn't I? I'd have to
Mhm.
find a wig for the hair
I think you
situation.
could. I just texted Colby. I was like 911. I'm recording. What's a Star Trek costume you and I can do together? He says Jankum Pod and Rock Talk. That was his knee-jerk reaction. I'm not sure which of us is which.
I love, well, here's the thing. I feel like you have to be Rock Talk because you are slightly more muscular in a like y'all are
little
both
taller.
rock solid,
We
but
do
you're
have a
like
height difference. Yes.
yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
He also said he says Beverly and Deanna in their jazzercise look, except
Oh yeah.
I already promised to do that with Muscles Mike.
Oh,
Do it with more than one.
Yeah, no, please.
Right.
I'm doing yeah.
Right,
And
then you'll
actually,
have the
it's
costume.
Ransom and Shax in those.
Right. Do
Yeah,
it as
that's
Ransom
what
and
we-
Shax. Yes.
So he and I could do Beverly and Deanna. That's fine.
that is perfection.
Mhm.
I love that idea.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Or he
Well-
says different timeline Spocks. There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
different Spocks.
Mhm.
Yeah, that could work.
I don't know. We'll see.
The mind reels.
I want to see Tim and Mike as Luoxana and Deanna.
That
But who is who?
I don't know about
gowns,
that.
beautiful beautiful gowns.
Gowns.
It'd be great. Who would be what is the tall man's name? What Leroy? No, what is
Holm?
it? Ohm. I want to
Mr.
get you know
Holm.
Mr. Holm, I love him so much. You'd have to get like a cardboard cutout that would just like you'd hook on and he'd just be like right there behind you.
Drinking the like entire bottle of whatever Picard brought.
Correct.
That's funny.
Gong.
Like him so much.
Well, I would love to hear from our listeners. Have you done Star Trek Halloween costumes? Are you going to this year? Reach out, let us know, comment, tweet at us. I don't know, whatever.
What should we be? Like what I mean, because
question.
I mean, I feel like we are doing this, Halloween costume episode, but who's to say that there couldn't be like we all put something on, get on a screen, take a snapshot next to like here's my little outfit in my little neighborhood. Here's my little outfit in my, and we're together. Like, what are we doing?
That's a fun idea.
Yeah. Like, what should we be? For
Well,
Halloween?
I do have some very specific cosplay that worked better when I had long hair. But I think the best one that I did is I went as like a booger drag Dax, and I had a pulled back tight ponytail. I had my blue Deep Space Nine, and the best part, which I don't know that anyone even noticed it, but I knew it was there, the beret.
It was like the same beret, right? Like it was like perfect.
It is as close as I could find, and it is
Yeah.
pretty. It is not the same, but it is, in essence, the same. Yes.
Yeah,
Did you do your spots? Did you have spots? Did I see this?
you did.
Yeah. The spots
You
actually
used a
came
little-
out pretty
a
good.
little template.
I got a leopard stencil,
Makes sense.
and then I just sort of like painted them right.
Yeah. Did anyone ask you, did they go all the way down?
Yes. Yes. No, actually, when you go to a Star Trek
Love the
convention,
attitude
there's
of
so
it.
many trills. There's so
Yes.
many people at trill spots. and and they all do the same. They all walk up to me and say, "Did you do your spots yourself?" And then I'd be like, "It's a stencil," and then I'd be like, "Oh."
But why is that the response of, oh,
Ugh.
like how the hell else are you supposed to, you just free ball it?
I
Like
think you're supposed to do it freehand, right?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
that's how Michael Westmore did it, but he's Michael Westmore.
Right,
correct.
and did he do it on himself? He did it
I
on
don't
Terry
think I don't
Farrell.
know if he did it himself, but he did it freehand on her every show.
Did he though?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
isn't that crazy?
Wait,
Yeah,
wait, 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 wait,
Yeah,
wait. What are you saying to me? That this man did not put it on one time and then say, let's create a,
no,
no,
how in the hell? I mean, that's some number one talent.
hmm
Wow. Okay, mine. I didn't realize that.
yeah,
Like in my head,
I
I'm thinking like with makeup stuff, like you create like a
yeah,
pattern, and you're like, okay, because Wicked, Elphaba, like they did that whole mask, so her freckles are in the exact same. That makes
mm,
sense to me. It's like they do the whole green base, whatever. They put the little mask on, they airbrush the freckles on, good to go. Makes sense. So everything
no,
in the
freehand. Freehand. And you know what's
wow,
funny is that he had like, basically what he would do is he would develop all of these looks for each of these like main cast members. And then he had someone on his team who he trained to implement it, right? So like Armin
got
Shimmerman
you.
had a dedicated person who made him Quark every time. In fact, you know how Quark's eyes are darker, right, than
Yes.
everyone else,
Yeah.
right?
mhm,
Than other Ferengis. That is like a
Yeah.
shading that was done by not Michael Westmore, but by the person who did it on his behalf, and it sort of like went under the radar until it had already been filmed too much and they couldn't undo it. So that was his
hmm,
look,
interesting,
and it was not
Huh.
part of the design. Yeah, it was
huh?
like the sort of
Yeah.
the person, the doer, as opposed to the designer, did it. But yeah, but he did Terry Farrell himself. So like instead of one of his team members, he always did it himself. And it's funny because the team that has done all of these recent like they did the Deep Space Nine documentary, they did the Voyager one. The next one is about Michael Westmore, and Terry Farrell is a big part of it because she spent all those hours directly with him. She has
Wow.
this super close relationship. They're still very
Mhm.
close friends.
I feel like we should watch those because I've not seen any of them. I feel like in our little watchy McWatchersons of it all.
The
Yes,
Voyager one is not out yet.
it's hard.
Okay,
Um,
Yeah,
well,
but
whenever
my
they
friend
happen.
Derek, who would not share his tailoring skills, did share the Voyager documentary. We had a viewing at my apartment.
yeah, because the screener, like if you were a
Yeah, he was a
crowdfunding source,
yes. He was
backer,
one of those. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Um,
well, I
it'll get a
can't wait.
wider release. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, then we'll have to chat about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's like a whole Garrett Wong section that should be cut.
that should be cut.
There's like a whole like Garrett Wong goes on like
Oh, like a
a
tangent.
like a like a like a airplane ride that does like anti-gravity things and does like a parabola where you feel like you float in space.
Oh,
You're
like
like,
they did when they sent them those astronauts to space that time. Anyway, sorry, that was just mean. But true.
you're talking
Uh,
about Gail King.
oh, I'm talking about the lot of them. But that's fine. That's what money gets you.
That's what money
Moments,
gets you. Yeah.
moments in the outer atmosphere.
Yep.
Did we learn anything? Don't go too high, don't go too low in things that are not actually designed to do it. You could be crushed
Yep.
or you could blow up. But, test the
Listen to
limits.
McCoy.
Listen to
McCoy was
McCoy.
right.
McCoy was right.
McCoy was right.
And so was Armis.
And so
Oh my god.
was Armis.
Mm.
Um,
You could go
I,
as
I
Armis for Halloween.
So yeah, I could, but I did see a really good Armis. Did someone send? I don't know how I saw it. Damien, did you send that to me? Like
The
the
Armis
cos.
chasing Denise Crosby on the cruise ship.
Someone who had a really good Armis costume, like a
And they had a
cosplay.
little, it was like sequiny and they had a little Riker action figure, like
I
Yes.
think
yeah,
so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, how do you top that?
It's
I
good.
mean,
It's very good.
it's really good. I mean, truly, Armis reminds me of the oil monster from Fern Gully, truly, which is one of the most terrifying villains of all
Mm.
time.
And who
So,
was it? LeVar Burton who looked at him and said, "Frakes, I never would have done that."
Right. Oh, terrible.
Terrible. Okay, well,
Great.
we're gonna
Well,
get some Halloween ideas. We're gonna have to do
yeah.
it. We're gonna have to do it.
Well, if you're listening to this before Halloween, I hope that you have a wonderful Halloween. If you are listening to this later, tell us how it went.
Correct.
And if you saw any little children dressed as Star Trek characters, I feel like it never happens anymore. Like, I really thought that with like Prodigy, it was gonna like the kids were gonna like get back into Star Trek, and yeah, it didn't really happen. Although now there's this preschool show, um, Star Trek Scouts on YouTube.
Yes, you said that. I was like, it looks so cute.
It's very cute. It's like, I mean, it's like Blue's Clues. It's like very like Blue's. It's probably not even as good as Blue's Clues.
Wow. Why would you?
Um,
So don't talk about Blue's Clues. That was one of the greatest. Steve was our friend.
no, right, right. Um,
Blue had clues, and we were trying to. Salt and Pepper had a baby, Paprika. Like how? I don't know. Hilarious. And then there was Cinnamon and Nutmeg, the twins. Hello, the spices abound. I
the
fucking
Spice
love Blue's
Girls.
Clues. I love Blue's Clues.
Now I don't know what's happening.
I know we derailed. We derailed. All right,
I'm
we're gonna
sorry.
wrap it up.
Yep.
Um, thank you so much for listening, and I'd like to thank our patrons for helping make everything possible. And if you've liked what you've heard today, give us a 5-star review. Make sure you click that bell icon on YouTube. All of those things. We're at Hailing Freak Open and at hailingfrequenciesopen.com. And with that, I will say Happy Halloween and Hailing Frequencies closed.
No goodbyes. Just good memories. Hailing frequencies closed, sir.